Hello everyone, I'm Loganathan from Loga QA Automation channel. Welcome back to the next video in our Python series. So far we have completed the conditional statements in Python. So next we are moving to the looping statement. So in Python we have two looping statements, one for and then other one is while. So in this video we will see the for loop, its syntax and how we can use in our program. Okay, let's straight away jump into the PyCharm and I'll create a new Python package called loops. Okay, I'll create a new Python file. I'll name it as test1, and in this I'll first give you a problem statement and then you can tell me how I can achieve it. Okay, say I want to print the numbers 1 to 5. So how can I do? I can do print 1 and then print 2, print 3, print 4 and then print 5. And if I run this program, you can see that it prints 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But how much time did it take? It took around say 20 to 30 seconds. Just for doing this print 5 times manually, it has taken 5 to 10 seconds for me to type everything. What if I want to print 1 to 100? So it's going to take more time. So this is where we are going to use loops. So there will be situations or scenarios where we'll have to repeat the same work multiple times. And we can repeat it without using loops, but only thing is it will take too much time, right? So avoid it, we'll use loops. And the first loop that we are going to see, the looping statement we are going to see is for. And in Python, for can be used only on collections. Okay, so only when you have collections, it can iterate through the collection and it can print it. So don't worry about what is collection, what is iterate and all, iterable and all. I'll cover them when we are going to see about collections. Okay, right now you just understand the syntax of for loop. Okay, so let's first create a collection. Okay, so in the last class we saw how to create a list. So you remember, anything we give in the square bracket is list. So a is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a list. Now I'm going to create a for loop. So for I in A, I put a colon and then I say print I. Let me run this. I'll comment this and then I'll explain the syntax. So whatever I've done in 5 lines, I've done it in just 2 lines, right? So what is it doing? So for what it does is it gets the entire collection here, the list here, A, and then this I will get every element from this list for every iteration. Iteration is nothing but every time it goes and prints or every time it loops, the iterator will keep shifting its pointer to new indexes of the collection. So here A is the collection and the I points to the value stored in the first index for the first iteration. And then once the first iteration is completed, the I points to the second value stored in the collection A. Then it prints the second value, then third, then fourth. Likewise, it goes until the end of the list. So let me add few more things, say 7, 8, 9, 10. So let me run this. So as you see on the output, it is 1 to 10, it has printed. So here I have used it for list. I can use it for tuple also. So tuple, you remember what is tuple? So list is changeable, modifiable, but tuple is not. So for tuple, I have to put it in braces. Okay, let me run this. Okay, so before I print anything, I'll do this. So you remember we learned about plus and star, which has more than one meaning. So when I use star against a string, what it will do, it will repeat that string those many number of times. So I'm going to use this hyphen and then multiplied by 15. So it is going to print hyphen 15 times, which can be a separator in our output. So let me run it. So as you see here, there is a separator between one output and the other output. So here I have done the for loop on the tuple. Next I am going to use the same on set. You remember set? So what is the advantage of set? Let me add few more values, 1, 2, 3. So this is repeating, the 1, 2, 3 values are repeated here. And when I print it, what will happen? Just see it. It just stopped with 1 to 10. It did not go with 1, 2, 3 again. The reason is set will not allow duplicate. Even if you try to store duplicates in set, it will not store because it is already there in the set. Okay, next is frozen set. Okay, and same as set and tuple, the frozen set cannot be modified later. Once it is defined, it is defined. We cannot change it. So as you see, even the frozen set has the duplicates, but at the end, it is not printing the duplicates. So one more thing, guys, when it comes to set, order is not guaranteed. Okay, you would store it in an order 1 to 10. But when it stores, it may store the value 10 first, and then it may store the value 9 next, or it may store the value 5 next. So we never know in which order it will store. So luckily we are getting in the same order as we are entering here. But most of the times the ordering will not be guaranteed. And so don't worry about it. As long as it is not going to have duplicates, the order is not important. Okay, so this is done. And the last one that we need to say is a dictionary, right? So let's go and create a dictionary. How do we create a dictionary? So again, use a curly braces, and it is a key value pair. Apple, I say 1, comma, and then orange, I'll say 3, I'll say banana, I'll say 10. So this is a dictionary, and let me see what it is going to do. Any guess whether it is going to print both key value pair, or it is just going to print the key, or it is just going to print the value? Any guess? Correct. It's going to print only the keys. See, apple, orange, banana. So again, when we talk about, or when we discuss about collections, we will see how to retrieve the value of the dictionary object. But right now, just understand the for loop syntax. Okay. So here we have covered all the collections. Okay, only one is pending, which is nothing but the string. Let me do it. So when we were discussing about the string, I told you that string is also collection in Python, right? Let me give my name. So how can we define a string? Either we can use single quotes, or we can use double quotes, or we can use triple quotes. So here I have used double quotes, but I can use single quotes also. So A is equal to Loganathan, and I'm going to do I in A and print I. So let's see what is going to happen. Cool. As you see, it takes every value, each value from the string collection, and it prints it. And it is very, very similar to what it was doing for other collections. Okay. So for can be used in these many number of ways on all the collections. We have covered all. So what I do is, in the next video, I'll cover this range, but I'll give a synopsis or just a highlight of what we are going to see in the next video. Okay. You remember we talked about a data type range in the data types class. We discussed about the data type range. So say I can define a variable. Let me go here like this. a is equal to range, I can say 10, and then I do the same, and let's see what is happening. So you see that it goes from 0 till 9. The moment I say 10, and when I put a for loop for this collection type, it starts from 0 and then it stops before 10 and it has incremented by 1. You see, it starts from 0, it went up until 9, that is just before 10 it stopped, and it has incremented by 1. So but all those arguments we have not passed, we just passed the value 10. With this it is able to print it. Why do we need range? Because in case you want to print 100 numbers, okay, 1 to 100, so you have to create a list or you have to create any collection with 100 individual elements. Only then you can loop through 100 times, right? But generally it will be a time consuming process creating 100 elements for looping for 100 times. Instead we can create a range with 100, 1000, whatever that you want to do, and then you can loop through it. So in the next video we will see how can we use range and what are the other arguments the range can take, and based on which how can we iterate through the range, we'll see. And so far we have seen all the positive cases that we can use with for loop. So I will see one negative case. Okay, I'll copy paste this, and here I'll use, instead of a is equal to range 10, I'll simply give a is equal to 10, and then I'll say for I in a print I. So already it is giving me an error expected by collections iterable, but let me run and see what is happening. Okay, it is throwing an error saying that int object is not iterable. So the value a is equal to int, which is a is equal to 10, is an integer, and this integer cannot be iterated. That is why it is giving us the error int object is not iterable. So remember guys, for loop can be used only on collections or iterable objects. It cannot be used on numbers or integers. It can be used on string, so don't forget. So string is a collection or group of characters. That's why we are able to use for on string, not on integer. All right, with this we'll wind up this particular video. Thanks for watching, and until we meet in the next video, bye from me. Bye.